Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA, and home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt, who hope today they will hit all of the right notes. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Commodores will kick it away first. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running, DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
The Commodores offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be cheating that way from his free safety position.
You're right, because as a quarterback, I just can't throw to my guy in the perimeter, right? I got to attack the middle of the field. The problem is you got one of the best safeties in the nation who likes to lay people out.
Roaming the middle of the field, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's got an eye on that receiver out there, too, that's dynamic. So let's see what kind of day he can have.
The give to the lone running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The Commodores have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. And you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the...
And the ball is intercepted. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Doors. What a play by this defense with a pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And he... point. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass hits, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Coming after him. He looks that one in nicely. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now on second down. Off play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Coleman. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Commodores with the 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. Tackled immediately after the catch. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of...
Touchdown, Vandy! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the...
Oh, he faked the spike. He's going to throw it. He'll take the deep shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. One all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this...
Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Slips through the line. And there he goes. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Comes out throwing on first down. Finds his target down the middle. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Running it back, it's Hampton. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Delay.
Game, offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. A first down for the offense. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Caught behind the line. It's Riley. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down.
Brings up second down.
He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable with that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
This defense needed something to go right, man. They're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Hampton. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Here comes the offense on second down. They'll run play action. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Turns it on in midfield. He's off to the races. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. He leaves it with his back. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown tie. It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes... offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete on third down.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Here comes that Alabama offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Trying to find his man on first down. And it's his 4th interception of the game.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Finds the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. From the gun, the ground game. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
All right, defense. It ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. And as a result, they lose yardage.
Pressure coming. And they got him for the sack.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their 3rd sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
He's got great speed. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying to get to it. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. He'll pull it down and run. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
The give to the back. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They don't seem comfortable with the 50-yard field goal attempt, so they'll lead the offense out to try to get the first down. Try to get it on the ground. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. They're moving quickly after that big 4th down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Wide receiver now comes in motion. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Power football with the run. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Looking for a block. It's Hampton. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Kick comes up a little short, and now he's thinking kick 6. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Nashville as we say hello from our broadcast studios. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think it...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
Quickly complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Commodores will try to pin them back with the punt. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll bring it back. It's Hampton. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah.
He's going for a big play downfield. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. They go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Zings it complete to the right. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Commodores line up to punt it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe they just...
And that pass intercepted. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
First down for this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He makes a catch. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Offense getting set for first down. Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They ran it on first down, now on second. They'll try to pop the draw. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. They're bringing heat. Got the back over the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The Commodores are on the move. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Running back goes in motion. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. The give out of the gun. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. He's up to 81 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Grab behind the line. It's Pryor. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now on second down after the short completion. Trying play action. Getting some heat. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a first down for his team. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space. It's Riley. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
It's complete. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. They'll give it to the back. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18.
At the 18, brings up second down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Let's go. 2 interceptions already for this linebacker. Unbelievable job understanding passing situation, how to get in passing lanes, how to get a second pick. Dude, he's going to the sidelines, bragging to the DBs. I got way more picks than you did.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he intercepts it. Bringing it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Alabama! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
With the defensive score.
The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to move it through the air. He finds his man, and they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Line getting set on second down. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. This time he's got it. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. A new set of downs after the completion. The give to the tailback. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Commodores will send out the punt unit. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Give him 114 yards on the ground so far in this one, and he is closing in on that 1,000-yard mark. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. Direct snap. And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra 1st downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Scoops it up, still a live ball. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Kick the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on 3rd down, and life is much better. To the ground with the back. Tough sliding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down.
Big moment here for the defense. Can you come up with one more stop? You've got the lead. It's 4th and short. You're kind of in no man's land, so you're expecting them to go for it. If you can get off the field right here, you can win this game.
They'll go with the running game on 4th down here.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him. With that last play, now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st, an array of possibilities here. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Touchdown, Bama! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Kansas State went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Cats in a statement win, if there ever was one. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On second down, he'll fire. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pass is intercepted. Got room on the return. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game.
Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail meat coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Vanderbilt, 24.
And he'll bring it back. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
Third down coming up.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On fourth down, going to the air. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks